This episode is about giving ourselves grace. And this is the fourth time I'm recording this intro because, dang, I guess I'm really not giving myself grace. And mm, I'm learning, I'm being patient, I'm honoring my energy. If this, I'm probably gonna do a fifth one or reuse a different intro because this is getting ridiculous. Guys, this is Heart Fetish Fashions with Katara Speaks, and emotions are valid. Feel them. Let's 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 just do it, guys. Grace. Grace, grace, grace. Alright, it's been a minute, y'all. A couple weeks, I suppose. Yeah, there's been some gaps in recording and publishing these episodes for season 2. Though I am giving myself grace this year, I really wanted to stick to the schedule of every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Though mental health, I didn't have the energy, I'll be real. I did not have the energy to record and edit, publish. So I honored my energy. I've been taking care of myself. And living my life, y'all. A lot of reflections. And I've been wanting to document this journey for y'all. So let me tell y'all, lately, in the past 2 weeks, I suppose, right? I've been wanting to share with y'all emotions I've been feeling. Though I felt as if I already said everything I needed to say. Then I realized that I was not honoring my voice. I was listening and reading my past poetry lately from my archives, and wow, it was deep, y'all. For example, there was an audio called Silenced. I felt as if I had to, make not make peace, keep the peace between people. I was saying that I wanted to say so much, right? Though I felt as if I exhausted everything I had to say, and the silence was so loud. If you know what I mean, you know, you have so much to say, but you have nothing to say at all, and hoping other people hear you. Hoping that other people see you, understand you, that everything clicks into place. After listening to that, I realized I was doing that this podcast. I felt as if I said everything I needed to say, my stories. I was listening back to my past episodes, though it's not true. I did not share everything, you know, because present moments, documenting the journey now is very vulnerable because I'm going through it now. It's easy to talk about the past because it's already happened. And even talking about the past 2 weeks is still considered past, though I'm going through it presently. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did not expect to experience burnout again. I thought I was over it. Though Though life is a journey, lately I felt as if I didn't have energy to do the things I really wanted to do. This podcast and other endeavors. And every time I begin to beat myself up about it, I give myself grace. I take a step back and realize I did not have the energy to even do it. So there is no point in criticizing myself like I used to. So even today, I had so much planned for today alone, right? It was so overwhelming. For example, daily life, doing the laundry. um, I'm not sure if I'm making dinner today. Though, if so, making dinner, doing the basic things, chores, not really chores, but the basic things in life takes energy. And then doing this podcast, whether or not I have time, we have time, y'all, in the day. Though, since I have so much in my mind, I feel like I didn't have time to even do this podcast, even though it's just talking, even though it's just getting my thoughts out there. Like, I would have did this within myself anyway, process the things I've been going through. Like, there was times this week and last week that I reflected that I did not press the record button. And to be honest, sometimes it is okay not to record everything for you guys and for me to just come back and share after I process everything. Because, yeah, it's probably more coherent that way. Um, so I'm giving myself grace in the form of, hey, it's okay to not do everything that I planned in the manner that I wanted to, in the time that I wanted to. I realized I was so used to packing my schedule in the academic years. I did so many clubs, so many leadership roles in sports that I jam packed my schedule and I did not have time for me. I packed in school, extracurriculars, and work, and relationships in my life. I didn't have time for me. Now I have so much time for me, and I'm basically scheduling everything else around me time. It has been interesting because that's like the opposite of what I've been doing my whole life. That now I am pouring into myself so I can pour for my overflow. It's a different way of doing things, though I'm not sure if I say that it's working entirely. Though I know that this will be very beneficial because how can I do everything else to high capacity? Because my best could be, hey, different every single day. I'm doing my best now, you know? Even though I have so many things to do today, I'm taking things one at a time. Even though my voice, I feel like it's not the best right now. I'm just doing it. you know, just taking things one at a time, starting with letting these thoughts flow, giving myself grace. I am bringing from the archives the piece I was referring to, called Silence. I wrote this piece thinking of a person, though after re-listening to it, I can imagine so many people I could be sharing this with, you know? And now I'm sharing it with you guys because it ties into how I felt about my podcast journey so far in the past 2 weeks, not sharing at all. Hope you guys enjoy. There was so much that I wanted to say that I felt like I didn't have the words to say it. It was as if the words got lodged up in my throat, causing a blockage from the air to come through to articulate the words through my mouth, through my tongue, to be heard by myself or others. Even though it was known, it was felt, I didn't know what to say. Because I had so much to say, I didn't know where to begin, even when time was so vast. We would stay in silence, pretending that we didn't exist in the same space, ignoring each other, though being in each other's presence. We knew that there was an elephant in the room, but we didn't know how to address it. Not with words. We tried to speak through another person, through jokes, through videos. So it wasn't the same as actually communicating, speaking from the heart. Because I felt that we exasperated, we exhausted the words we had in our tank from all the conversations and debates we had before. It exacerbated the problem. The elephant in the room got bigger and bigger until we were suffocating. And I didn't know what to do. I felt like silence was the answer, even though I felt that it was wrong. I didn't know how to put my pride aside and forgive. Though I didn't know what I would have been forgiving for. So I stayed in silence, screaming inside from the top of my lungs. It was agonizing and emotional time that wasn't even captured in a capsule because it was so painful that I wanted to erase it from even happening, like a repressed memory, a forgotten film, something in black and white, never to be revisited again. Though we was building a wall that we didn't know how to break through from. To get to the other side, to talk face to face, to be vulnerable enough to tell how we really felt. Because when we did so before, we wasn't talking to listen. Even though we heard what each other said, we wanted to be heard ourselves. So we was talking in circles, saying the same thing over and over that we didn't have much to say because it felt like this record is on repeat. Insanity. Trying to expect something different when it's the same thing because it's the same recipe. Honestly, I am healing that internally,
Even if I can't talk to you externally, I can find peace with what happened. Realize that memory, those moments, doesn't define me. It doesn't mean I'm a bad communicator, because we communicated the conversations over and over. It's just we were stubborn in our own way. Stalemate, in a sense, like in a chess game. Both powerful and grounded. Though we see things so differently that it didn't align where we could be. And it hurt on both sides. We wanted a connection that seems to not be in the way that we wanted it to be. We was putting our expectations on something that wasn't happening naturally. So we grew apart, not speaking. The silence in the air is deafening. It spoke volumes. Though once I turned inside, I realized it wasn't about me. It was the perception of me, what I could be, or who I symbolize. And the same for you. You weren't who I perceive you to be. I created an image in my head, wanting things to align, that it wasn't fair for the both of us. That we was proceeding this relationship in a sense when it wasn't at face value. It is. It's been. And it's okay. The silence grew. But now, I'm speaking up.
Alrighty, you guys listened to this episode where we talked about grace and honoring our energy. I hope you enjoyed and are reminded that you can pour into yourself. Pour into yourself before pouring into others. You can take your time. You can, rearrange your schedule based on your priorities, based on your best for that day. Your best can change. Yeah, self-care is important. I am practicing this along with you guys. As you guys heard in the intro, I was getting frustrated on perfection. There's no such thing, no such thing as perfection, though I was trying to get it right. Yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, let me know. Share it with someone you know. Yeah. I'll see you guys in another episode of Heartfelt Expressions with Katara Speaks. Until next time, I'll see y'all soon.